What if I told you that something as simple as your morning cup of coffee could be the key to protecting your muscles, keeping you strong, and fighting back against age-related muscle loss? The secret isn't a pill, and it's not a workout trick. It's a small addition you can stir right into your coffee starting tomorrow morning. Sarcopenia is often called a silent disease because it develops gradually and without obvious warning signs, yet its effects are deeply destructive once it takes hold. After the age of 65, the body begins to lose muscle at a much faster rate, a decline that can reach up to 1 to 2% of muscle mass every year. This may not sound like much, but over the span of a decade, it can amount to a dramatic weakening of the body's most important organ system, its muscles. Unlike fat, which is often thought of only in cosmetic terms, muscle is far more than just tissue for movement. It is a living, dynamic organ that communicates with the rest of the body through chemical signals, regulates metabolism, stores energy, and protects against disease. In fact, researchers now refer to muscle as a longevity organ because it directly determines how resilient the body is as it ages. Strong, healthy muscle is linked to lower risks of heart disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, and even certain cancers. The decline of this system is not just about feeling weaker. It sets the stage for a cascade of health problems that undermine independence and quality of life. One of the most concerning aspects of sarcopenia is that it often goes unnoticed until the damage is significant. Many people assume that slower walking, reduced stamina, or a harder time getting out of a chair are simply natural consequences of aging, when in reality, these are signs that the muscles are deteriorating. Loss of muscle mass reduces strength, but it also slows metabolism, leading to weight gain and an increased risk of insulin resistance. It compromises balance, which raises the risk of falls and fractures, a leading cause of hospitalization and disability in older adults. At the same time, weaker muscles reduce physical activity levels, which accelerates the decline further in a vicious cycle. By the time sarcopenia is diagnosed, much of the lost muscle is difficult to fully regain, which is why prevention and early intervention are absolutely critical. What makes muscle unique compared to other tissues is that it is highly adaptable. Unlike bone or certain organs, muscle can be rebuilt and strengthened even later in life, provided it receives the right signals and nutrients. Every time you challenge your muscles with movement or feed them with the amino acids they require, they respond by repairing and growing stronger. This adaptability is the reason scientists consider muscle the most powerful defense against aging. It serves as a biological reserve, a buffer that the body can draw on during illness, stress, or injury. The more muscle you have, the greater your capacity to recover, to withstand disease, and to maintain independence. In this way, maintaining muscle is not just about staying active. It is about safeguarding the very organ that holds the key to vitality and longevity. Coffee has long been one of the most widely consumed beverages in the world, and for good reason. Beyond its role as a morning ritual, coffee is a rich source of bioactive compounds, particularly polyphenols and antioxidants, which exert protective effects throughout the body. These compounds improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and support cellular function in ways that help shield the body against age-related decline. Studies have consistently shown that moderate coffee consumption is associated with lower risks of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and even neurodegenerative conditions such as Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. One of the most fascinating aspects of coffee is how it improves vascular health by enhancing blood flow, which is critical not only for the heart, but also for nourishing tissues like muscle. As people age, circulation often becomes less efficient, and the natural antioxidant defenses in the body weaken, leading to greater vulnerability. Coffee steps in as a natural booster of these defenses, making it a protective beverage in more ways than one. Yet, what is remarkable is that coffee does not need to work alone. When paired with the right nutrients, its benefits can be amplified significantly, turning an ordinary cup into something more like a functional health tonic. The key lies in understanding how nutrients interact with the compounds already present in coffee. For example, protein, particularly in the form of high-quality sources such as collagen peptides or whey isolate, delivers amino acids that are essential for muscle repair and growth. When this protein is combined with coffee, the caffeine and polyphenols enhance blood flow and energy metabolism, allowing those amino acids to be delivered more effectively to muscle tissue. This means the muscle building signal is not only triggered, but also supported with improved circulation and nutrient delivery. For older adults, especially those facing the gradual decline of muscle mass known as sarcopenia, this synergy can make a profound difference in maintaining strength and resilience. Another nutrient that enhances coffee's effects is healthy fat, such as medium-chain triglycerides, MCT oil, which provide a clean source of energy that bypasses some of the age-related inefficiencies in metabolism. When stirred into coffee, MCTs are rapidly converted into ketones, a preferred fuel for both the brain and muscles, helping to support mental sharpness and physical performance. Similarly, micronutrients like magnesium or vitamin D, when included in a daily coffee routine, can support muscle function, nerve health, and bone strength, areas that are deeply interconnected with longevity. What makes this approach so powerful is not the coffee alone, nor the nutrients by themselves, but the way they complement and enhance each other. The cup becomes more than a stimulant. It becomes a delivery system for nourishment and protection at the very time of day when the body is primed to absorb and utilize it most effectively. Protein is the single most important nutrient for preserving and rebuilding muscle. And as we age, its role becomes even more critical. The body's ability to maintain muscle depends on a process called muscle protein synthesis, which is essentially the repair and growth cycle of muscle fibers. This process is triggered primarily by amino acids, the building blocks of protein, and among them, leucine stands out as the most powerful activator. Leucine acts like a biological switch that tells the body it is time to repair and grow muscle. After the age of 65, the body becomes less responsive to smaller amounts of protein, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance, meaning older adults need a higher quality protein source to stimulate the same growth response they once achieved more easily. This is where protein powders like collagen peptides and whey protein become valuable tools. They are concentrated sources of amino acids, including leucine, and they are easy to add to a daily routine without requiring large meals that may be difficult for some people to consume. Collagen peptides are particularly interesting because they not only provide amino acids that support muscle, but also those that strengthen connective tissue, tendons, ligaments, and even skin. As people age, these tissues weaken, leading to joint pain and reduced mobility, which further limits activity and accelerates muscle decline. By supporting both muscle and connective tissue, collagen helps preserve the foundation for strength and movement. Whey protein, on the other hand, is considered the gold standard for stimulating muscle protein synthesis because of its rich leucine content and rapid digestibility. It delivers amino acids into the bloodstream quickly, ensuring that muscles receive the nutrients they need at precisely the right time. When added to coffee, either of these proteins becomes not just a supplement, but part of a powerful morning ritual that combines the circulation-enhancing properties of coffee with the muscle-building stimulus of amino acids. The beauty of using collagen or whey is their versatility and efficiency. Unlike relying solely on whole foods, which can be heavy or difficult to digest in large quantities, these proteins are light, easily absorbed, and can be seamlessly integrated into a cup of coffee without altering its taste significantly. This makes it easier for older adults who may struggle with reduced appetite to consistently meet their protein needs. In practical terms, each scoop of protein powder added to coffee provides a surge of amino acids that the body can immediately use to repair the tiny microtears in muscle caused by daily activity. Over time, this regular supply helps slow the progression of sarcopenia, supports energy levels, and maintains the strength needed for independence and vitality. This simple coffee ritual, when practiced consistently, becomes much more than a daily habit. It transforms into a foundation for strength, energy, and resilience that directly addresses aging at its root. As the body moves beyond the age of 60, the gradual loss of vitality is often blamed on the natural course of aging, but in reality, much of this decline is tied to preventable changes within muscle, metabolism, and cellular function. By starting the day with a cup of coffee enhanced with the right nutrients, the body receives both an immediate and long-lasting advantage. The caffeine and polyphenols in coffee act as natural stimulants, improving circulation, sharpening focus, and mobilizing energy reserves, while the added protein provides the essential amino acids needed to preserve and repair muscle tissue. Together, they form a dynamic pairing that supports both the body's short-term performance and its long-term capacity to resist decline. This is not just about having more energy in the morning, it is about giving your cells, your muscles, and your brain the tools they need to function at a higher level every single day. Strength is often thought of only in physical terms, but it is deeply connected to overall health. Maintaining muscle strength allows older adults to move with confidence, avoid falls, and continue performing the activities that bring meaning and independence to their lives. At the cellular level, strength is sustained by protein synthesis, mitochondrial function, and efficient circulation, all of which are supported by this ritual. With each sip of coffee enriched by protein, the body receives both stimulation and nourishment, enabling it to repair microdamage, sustain lean muscle, and replenish energy more effectively. Over time, this consistent signaling tells the body that it is not in a state of decline, but rather in one of rebuilding and adaptation. This ongoing cycle creates resilience, the ability to withstand physical stress, recover from illness or injury, and resist the frailty that too often accompanies advanced age. Energy is another cornerstone of vitality, and this ritual plays a direct role in supporting it. Coffee alone provides a natural energy boost, but when combined with nutrients that stabilize blood sugar and provide sustained fuel, the result is a steady supply of energy rather than the peaks and crashes often associated with caffeine. Muscles are able to work more efficiently, the brain remains clearer, and overall stamina is improved throughout the day. Resilience comes from this steady foundation. When the body consistently receives the right signals and resources, it adapts in ways that fight back against the cellular drivers of aging, from inflammation and oxidative stress to mitochondrial decline. By improving strength, sustaining energy, and building resilience, this ritual is more than just a comforting start to the day. It is a strategic intervention that directly influences how gracefully and powerfully the body ages. A simple habit, when practiced daily, has the power to reshape the way the body ages, and it is often the consistency of these small rituals that determines whether someone maintains strength and independence or gradually slips into frailty. The human body thrives on routine, particularly as it grows older, because repeated behaviors send powerful signals to our biology. Every time a person chooses to nourish their muscles with the right fuel, to stimulate circulation, and to activate the pathways of repair, they are teaching their body to remain resilient rather than decline. What makes habits so effective is not their complexity, but their sustainability. A habit that is easy to follow becomes automatic, and once integrated into a morning routine, it no longer feels like effort, but rather a natural part of daily living. Adding protein to coffee, for instance, takes less than a minute, but the cumulative effects over months and years can determine whether someone in their 70s feels energetic and capable or tired and dependent. Strength is at the center of independence. It is what allows a person to climb stairs without assistance, to carry groceries, to play with grandchildren, or to walk confidently without the fear of falling. When muscle mass and energy reserves are protected through a small but consistent habit, these daily tasks remain possible, and with them comes a sense of dignity and control over life. Independence is not only physical, but also emotional and psychological. Those who feel strong and capable are more likely to remain socially engaged, to participate in community activities, and to pursue hobbies that bring joy. Without the daily reinforcement of a protective habit, the gradual decline of muscle and energy often forces people into withdrawal, isolation, and dependency, which accelerates the aging process even further. Vibrancy, the sense of being fully alive and engaged, also stems from these daily choices. A simple habit like enhancing coffee with nutrients doesn't just provide a boost for the muscles. It improves mental clarity, supports a healthier metabolism, and sustains energy throughout the day. This creates the conditions for a more active lifestyle, where exercise, movement, and mental activity naturally fit into the rhythm of life. When the body is consistently supported, it does not merely survive aging, it adapts, resists decline, and continues to flourish. Over time, this daily reinforcement creates a biological environment where vitality is preserved, where the risk of disease is reduced, and where the natural course of aging is met not with fragility, but with strength and confidence.